seen it all, been through it all, yo. Word up, for real, for real. Let's go. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah. They say youth is wasted on the young. I disagree to a degree. I just hate what it's become. I see brilliance in my children. This generation special. Our limit was the ceiling, and they finna break that threshold. As to impact the
You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it. Had some technical difficulties, and we just gonna rock. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. Hold on. I'm not even gonna do it. Had some technical difficulties, and we just gonna rock. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it. Had some technical difficulties, and we just gonna rock. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it. Had some technical difficulties, and we just gonna rock. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it. Had some technical. Okay, I think I fixed it. I fixed it. We good. My bad, y'all. I had something set up the other way. Hold on, let me see something. Did I get rid of that? I did. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to a lunchtime wake up today, special Everything is Wrestling edition. Has some technical difficulties, but we got it together. I always hate when it's always like this one stupid thing. Let me get everybody together. Hold up. That's annoying. I wonder, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can I go live, or am I still live? Stupid thing. Let me get everybody together. Hold up. Okay. That's annoying. I wonder, maybe so. Let me see something real quick. I need to move over. Hold up. Let me see if I can. Let's do that. Can I go live, or am I still live? Stupid thing. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's wild. Okay, well, maybe not. All right, let's work. Because I only got but so much time. I'm on my lunch break. And shortly thereafter, I got some things and stuff to do today. So I hope everybody is doing well on this Friday. We got news that, Vince McMahon, Netflix is doing a documentary on Vince McMahon. It's supposed to be a several part series like The Last Dance, like a lot of those Netflix documentaries are. So it's not going to be just one, you know what I'm saying? And when I saw that, I was like, oh, like it's about to get real quick. Because I've watched wrestling, and I'm going to tell the story, but I've watched wrestling for a long time. 1990 was my introduction to wrestling, professional wrestling. And I've seen Vince McMahon engage in a lot of shenanigans, right? And so I guess my question was like, man, are they gonna cover that? There go my work computer going crazy. Hold on, y'all. I got it. Get out of here. Thank you. You know, I was curious to know, you know, what. Oh, now somebody asking me for some. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I was curious to know like what they're going to cover, right? Because they could cover anything. They could cover Vince's life. They could cover, you know, the history and the stars that he's made within WWF, WWE, right? They could cover the shenanigans. And so my question is, man, are they going to cover the shenanigans? And I think they're going to be heavy on the shenanigans for a reason. So while I'm getting a few things together, before I get started, let me know what y'all thought of this announcement, what you know about Vince McMahon. Just leave your initial thoughts, like leave a comment, because we about to get real crazy. Hold on. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? I hope I'm trying to do the I'm multicasting everywhere. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, I'm on Twitch as well. Twitter actually got rid of theirs, which is crazy. You have to be a premium member to live stream using a third party, which is wild. So give me a second. Give me a second. Cause yeah, they I was like, fam, that was wild to me. So all right. Okay. Shenanigans. So let's talk. It always makes me mad when I have like technical difficulties. It always throws me off. So I'm just trying to, and I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm mad. I should be into my spiel. All right. So let's provide some context. 2021, I want to say, maybe even 22. A report came out, I believe it was through the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. It was the Wall Street Journal, that Vince McMahon was accused of just rampant sexual misconduct within his company, paying hush money to women, having employees as concubines, just craziness, right? Vince being Vince. Vince shows up on the Monday Night Raw after the allegations. I believe the allegations came out like on Friday. This fool shows up to Raw on Monday, and the crowd is like, they give him a standing ovation. They start chanting, "Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Vince." Right? And Vince is basically like, he gives the Wolf of Wall Street, "I'm not leaving" speech. I'm not leaving, right? Maybe a week after that, he leaves. He's like, "Oh, no. And Triple H, let me turn down my mic a little bit. So Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, if you know the story of Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Diesel, 1, 2, 3 Kid, The Click, Triple H became a part of that group in like 1995, 96. He was scheduled to win King of the Ring, which is like a tournament that they had where essentially it was like a coronation. You're the next guy. He was scheduled to win that tournament in 1996. Right before that tournament happens, WWF hosts a show in Madison Square Garden where this is Razor Ramon and Diesel's last show. At this last show, they all like hug. It's called the Curtain Call. You can look it up on YouTube. Curtain Call, WWF Curtain Call. Triple H, Shawn, Diesel, Razor, they all get in the ring and they all hug. That pisses everybody off in the back. And, you know, Razor and Diesel go on to WCW and start the NWO. It's just amazing. Like the butterfly effect, man, just one decision just sets off a chain of other decisions. So they go on, they start the NWO. Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels. He is Vince McMahon's cash cow during this time. So Shawn's not going to get in trouble. He's a teacher's pet. So all of that gets taken out on Triple H. Triple H gets punished for the curtain call. He is no longer scheduled to win King of the Ring. You know who wins that year? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin 316, none of that happens if Triple H wins that year. So again, just butterfly effect, just decisions. But in that, Triple H takes the punishment, doesn't say anything, like just, you know, goes through it. And he's a guy, while everybody else is partying, he's learning about the business. He's asking questions. He's understanding the psychology of wrestling. He's learning how to politic. He's learning the business inside and out from wrestling minds. So not only he's the driver for Razor, Diesel, Shawn, he's getting closer in relationship with Vince. He's just maneuvering his way, right? And essentially, he just becomes the politic king. So come 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, actually. Let's fast forward like 2001, 2000, because he's more like in the business and stuff. And what's going on my Instagram, people, just to let y'all know, I can't see who's commenting on Instagram. I see a lot of what's ups and I see like engagement, but I can't see. It just says Instagram user. I can only see the names of people who are on YouTube. So apologies for that, or head over to YouTube, but I got to figure out a way to get all this together. It's fine. I got it. So like around 2001, 2002, The Rock is going to remember, this is the Attitude Era. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, like biggest names in wrestling, right? WCW's dead. Vince done bought it. The Rock goes to Hollywood. He starts The Mummy. Like he goes to Hollywood. He's gone. Shawn Michaels messes his back up. He retires. He's gone. This creates opportunity for Triple H to become a top guy. Infamously, the Royal Rumble with Cactus Jack, they have a Hell in a Cell match. It's a crazy match. You can go and watch that. I'm sure that's on YouTube. Triple H is basically a made guy. So from that time, he becomes a pivotal point of just WWE at this time. So now he's in Vince's ear. He later, don't tell me this is okay. is this going to start doing this? I hope not. He's now going to start. He's with Stephanie McMahon. He's with the boss's daughter. XYZ. Blah 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 blah. Right. So fast forward years later, Vince gets outed for his, sex crimes. Triple H gets inserted as basically the COO, the acting COO, him and his wife, Stephanie, who again is also Vince's daughter. They run the company. Also keep in mind, when this information comes out, WWE is terrible. The product is trash. It's not good. The storylines are bad. Interest is just low. Like nobody's really rocking with wrestling. Like most of us just kind of watched out of habit because we've been watching it 20, 30 years, right? But it's not good. Triple H comes in because he has an understanding of the business. Things immediately turn around. Things start getting better quickly. And then a few months pass, everybody's like, great, Vince is gone. Triple H is running the company. There are rumors that they were selling the company, but it wasn't for sure. Sometime later, Vince comes back. The day Vince comes back, Stephanie, his own daughter, resigns, leaves a note, I'm out, which is telling. Shortly thereafter, WWE is sold to TKO, which is the same organization that owns UFC. Vince McMahon is there as they cut the ribbon, this, that, and the third. He got the little Spanish mustache, right? Another report comes out. This report is more detailed and worse than the first report. That night, Vince is banished from anything as it relates to WWE. WrestleMania 40 happens this year. I don't know if y'all remember, but at the beginning of night 1, maybe night 2, one of those nights, I think it was night 1. Makes sense that it was night 1. Triple H comes out. It's time to play the game, right? He comes out, does a little thing, spits the water. He says, welcome to a new era. I said, that's interesting language. Welcome to a new era. What does that mean? I had a feeling. I did the math in my head. Later on that night, or night 2 or whatever, Cody wins the world title. Cody demands that Triple H comes out. And it felt like a coronation, a culmination of a new time. Because what you don't know, if you're not a big wrestling fan, Roman Reigns was Vince's guy. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Roman Reigns. He was, in Vince's mind, he was on that tier. And it took forever to get people to buy into that. People didn't like Roman Reigns. He was corny. He was beating everybody. The Bloodline story is what finally did it for a lot of people, which I say to this day is still the greatest wrestling storyline of all time, right? So when they announced this, that Vince, that Cody has won, I was like, oh, they're getting all things Vince McMahon up out of here. Because in those reports, they note that he has a relationship with a coworker where essentially she was, there were images and videos of her that were passed around the office. There were, accusations that he was basically loaning out some of the female wrestlers to male wrestlers as incentive to re-sign. Brock Lesnar was named exclusively, but there were other people whose names were redacted in the lawsuit. That's why you ain't seen Brock in the last 2 years. He ain't coming back anytime soon, right? Now, if you watch a little bit of wrestling, this is where I want to ask y'all what y'all think. If you watch a lick of wrestling, you know Vince has been on trash for a long time. Leave a comment and let me know what is the wildest thing you've seen Vince McMahon do on WWE or WWF television. What's the wildest thing? I've seen, there was a storyline where, and it got rejected, where he was going to be the father of his daughter's child. Stephanie was going to get pregnant, and it was going to be revealed that Vince was the dad. He has had other men kiss his wife on camera. He's had a bunch of other stuff happen to his daughter on camera, sexually assaulted, all that stuff. He has booked himself to cheat on his wife with multiple female wrestlers. He has booked a storyline where Triple H had sex with a dead corpse inside of a casket. He has booked black wrestlers. It's just traditionally crazy. Little, I don't know what's the politically correct term. Is it little people? Is it midgets? What is it? Hornswoggle. Disabled people. Eugene. Oh my God, go back even further. Coco Beware, Saba Simba. The New Day's original gimmick they were supposed to be like black preachers. Mexican wrestlers, the Mexicools, they would come out with lawn gear. They would come out riding on John Deere bikes. and garden tools and stuff. Every single Asian wrestler had the exact same theme music. I could keep going. Do-rag Vince, which to me, honestly, that was the greatest iteration of Vince McMahon, but also was wild. It was wild. Okay, so in that story, Do-Rag Vince, lo and behold, do you know who created Do-Rag Vince? You know who was a part of that storyline? Donald Trump. WrestleMania 23, the first WrestleMania that I bought with my own money. How much time I got left? The first WrestleMania I bought with my own money. It did a hair versus hair match. It was Bobby Lashley against Umaga. Umaga's a part of the Samoan dynasty who are currently involved in the bloodline going on right now. So Bobby Lashley is the good guy. He's wrestling for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the good guy in this storyline. Said some wild stuff about Bobby Lashley. Wild stuff. Umaga's the bad guy with Vince McMahon. Bobby Lashley wins. Donald Trump shaves Vince's hair off. Out of embarrassment, Vince starts wearing do-rags that match with his suits. He then books himself to win the ECW title, and that's essentially the John Cena promo where he calls him the N-word. Keep it up, my nigga. In front of Booker T. Right. The Kiss My Ass Club. Right? Like wild behavior consistently from Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So when we look at this documentary, because here's the other thing that I'll say. He's not the only one. Do I think that Triple H knows where the bodies are buried? Absolutely. Do I think that Triple H buried some of those bodies? Absolutely. Do I think there's a bunch of wrestlers who like intentionally separated themselves because they knew Vince was on trash and they just gonna allow him to be the scapegoat? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's called, I always say it all the time, from Weinstein. I've been saying this for months, y'all. If y'all been on these live streams with me, from Weinstein to Dan Schneider to Puff Daddy to all of these powerful people are enabled to engage in the behavior because it is allowed. People turn and look the other way. You know what I'm saying? So when Triple H announces that this is a new era, my first thought was, oh man, listen, they about to separate from Vince McMahon completely. I remember I started watching wrestling in 1990. So that is right in the midst of the Hulkamania era. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes, just Legion of Doom, Demolition, bunch of guys, Dino Bravo, Ravishing Rick Rude, the model Rick Martel, Jake the Snake Roberts, right? It's my era. It's when I started really getting into it. I later got into WCW like 1993. 1992 is the first time when people started booing Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the face. Y'all know that. Hulk Hogan was the face of professional wrestling, not just WWF. Royal Rumble 1992, which to me is 1992 is my favorite year of wrestling ever. Oh, they gonna start doing that again. It's gonna start cutting out again. Killing me. All right. Okay. We just gonna rock. We just gonna rock. Cause this was not doing this earlier. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm gonna try something real quick. All right. Y'all can still hear me? I think so. There we go. Better. Okay. We'll try it. Anyway. 1990, 1992, right? 1992. Psycho Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, rest in peace, just passed away this year. My top 3 favorite, big man wrestler of all time, right? He throws Hulk Hogan over the top because Hulk Hogan had won the 1990 and the 1991 Royal Rumble. 1992, this is when Ric Flair comes. He has the Real World's Champion, the big NWA belt, and he throws Hulk Hogan over the top. If you can find the original pay-per-view, the live pay-per-view, they cheered Hulk Hogan getting eliminated. The crowd erupted like, yes. They later, if you watch it now on like the network or YouTube or whatever, they piped in boos. And so shortly thereafter, Ted Turner decides he wants to get into the wrestling business and take on Vince McMahon. And he basically buys everybody up. Hulk Hogan goes to WCW. Macho Man goes to WCW. The Nasty Boys, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man. Lots of people go, Earthquake. They all go to WCW. Doesn't that sound familiar? Don't that sound like some AEW Tony Khan stuff? Anyway. So what WWF does, also, they are embroiled in steroid scandal where Vince McMahon was on trial for allowing his athletes to take steroids. Vince is like, I gotta get away from this. So they implement what's called the new generation. What a lot of wrestlers say, or what a lot of wrestling fans say, is the worst era of wrestling ever. I disagree. I love it only because I was 10 years old and that was just my bag. So that's how Bret Hart becomes world champion. That's the introduction of Shawn Michaels. They intentionally highlighted smaller guys to say, hey, look, none of our guys take steroids. They all look normal. Look at Bret Hart. He's 6'2", 220 pounds. He's not Hulk Hogan, who was 6'8", 300 pounds, right? And so they completely disassociate from the Hulkamania era. They run a whole campaign that says we're getting away from We're getting away from all things related to that era, that time. It's a PR move. That is exactly what this documentary is going to do. Do you know why? Because starting in January of 2025, Monday Night Raw, WWE's flagship television show that has been on the USA Network for as long as I can remember, outside of the brief time they were on Spike TV and TNN, right? Monday Night Raw is going to be shown on Netflix. So isn't the timing of things very, very convenient that now suddenly the same company that is going to host your flagship television show is also going to be producing a documentary highlighting the life, the rise and fall of the creator of said company after he has been exposed for all of his devious crimes? You don't think this is the ultimate opportunity for Triple H, TKO, WWE to say, that is who we were, this is who we are, and who we are is completely separated from what we are today? I saw in the press release that WWE Studios, their production company, on record has nothing to do with this documentary. I call shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Do y'all know what a ghostwriter is? All this talk about Drake not writing his own raps. All this talk about Quentin Miller writing for Drake. Guess why Quentin Miller is not a ghostwriter? Because Quentin Miller is on the writing credits. If you go to those songs, it says writers, Aubrey Graham, this person, that person, Joe Schmo, Quentin Miller. That is not a ghost. We can see you. On the same token, WWE Studios, if you don't think for 1 second that WWE is not providing Netflix with footage, with time for them to interview wrestlers that are on staff, you are crazy out of your mind. If you don't think WWE is going to be able to review that documentary and make sure that it paints them in a positive light and it completely separates them from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you are crazy out of your mind. And on January, and this documentary, I believe, comes out in September. So if you think September, October, November, December, that gives them just enough time to let people watch the doc, to make their own opinions. And then the way that the world is right now, after like 2 weeks, ain't nobody gonna be talking about that no more. It's just gonna float away. And then wouldn't you know it, Happy New Year. Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw, a new era in professional wrestling, followed by the Royal Rumble and then WrestleMania in April in Vegas. You couldn't ask for a better PR move by World Wrestling Entertainment and TKO. You couldn't ask for it. You couldn't ask for it. Nothing better. There is no better move than that. They did it before. Vince did it. Vince showed y'all the blueprint with the new generation. He tried to separate himself. He was calling them the Nacho Man and Billionaire Ted and Hulk Hogan, and it was like a smear campaign on the history, on the house that Hogan built. Now that you're in another company, we want nothing to do with you. Go away. And the same thing is about to happen right now with this documentary. Do I think it's going to be like, because also, hey, hold up. This just reminded me. Yo, do y'all remember the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD? Oh my God. I believe that's on the network, and it's probably on Netflix. Is it on or on YouTube? Is it on YouTube? Let me see. Is it on YouTube? Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. No. It's not on YouTube, So if you have the WWE Network, I'm sure you can watch the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior or find it somewhere. They destroyed the Ultimate Warrior. They got away from him quick, fast, in a hurry. So if you don't think that they don't know how to do that, oh my God, I got some beachfront property to sell you. Now, I want to know from y'all, because we getting ready to wrap up. What y'all think? Are y'all gonna watch this? I'm tuned in. I'm locked in. Even though I'm pretty sure, I know what they're going to talk about because I know a lot about, there's the plane ride from hell. Oh my God. There's the instance with Ashley Massaro. She was a female wrestler, a diva. They used to hold these events called Tribute to the Troops, where they would go and run an event on location where armed forces, active duty, military were being deployed at. So they would go to Afghanistan or like wherever the places were, like on the bases, and they'd run a show. Ashley gets set up and raped by an active duty serviceman. When she goes to the front office and says, yo, I got raped, they tell her, keep it low. Don't say anything. We'll deal with it. We'll handle it. They never handle it. They never deal with it. Ashley's never the same. And some years later, she takes her own life. Are they going to talk about that? I'm curious. And this ain't me this ain't me waving the, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't me holding up the flag and wanting Vince to be exposed. That's not what I'm saying at all. 'Cause I'm not crazy about that, right? What I am saying is, I'm just curious to know what story they're going to tell. Are they going to tell the whole story of Vince McMahon? Have any of y'all read the Vince McMahon's Playboy interview? He did an interview with Playboy magazine in the year 2000. That interview is amazing. It's on, just Google it. Vince McMahon Playboy interview. It gives you so much insight into Vince McMahon and why he is the way that he is. It's a great read. Go after this is over. Go read that interview. Oh, I'm about to pull up. I'm gonna pull up Instagram a different way. Hold up, y'all. No? Oh, I have an idea. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. I'm gonna try something. Okay, yep. Still live. Cool. No? Okay. All right. Anyway. Nah, man, she didn't quit the business. No, not like that impacted her super heavy. And she ended up, it just like led to a bunch of other issues in her life. And she eventually, took her own life. So what story are you going to tell? Because even in the way that you tell the story, because I'm sorry, and I got distracted. The Playboy magazine interview, it says a lot about Vince's relationship with his parents, with his family, his brother, why he is the way. There's so much context. Are you going to tell the whole story? I hope so. But if you tell the whole story, you can, of course, tell the story in a way to make Vince the scapegoat. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video. You can tell the story in a way that makes Vince the scapegoat, the sole scapegoat. But then are you going to tell the story of Pat Patterson? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to talk about how Pat Patterson was, widely known to have, propositioned young wrestlers, take them under the wing, and basically coerce them into a sexual relationship so they could get further in the business? You gonna tell that story? You know what I'm saying? Are you really gonna tell the story? I know the answer. The answer is no. Of course not. Of course not. But is it an opportunity to do so? Yes. So I can even just tell by like the cover where he's basically like a what am I thinking of? Like a puppet master. Come on, man. We seen this movie before. So with that said, my admonishment to you guys, the viewers, be careful. Because if the media has shown us anything, it's that they can tell whatever story they want to tell. And they can make you believe whatever they want you to believe. It's powerful. And it's very easy to just see something and watch something and say, oh, that makes sense. That's the truth. But a wise man once said, just because it's fact, that doesn't make it the truth. Absolutely, it will be Dark Side of the Ring on steroids times 10. Absolutely. Absolutely. So just be careful as this documentary comes out. And just, again, even as you just peruse through, God, again, we're in election season. I'm going to do another live on the election because I'm talking about you Christians and the way y'all be talking about people, specifically Kamala Harris, and then have, believer, follower of Jesus in your bio. And I'm like, fam, it's one thing to not support her, but it's another to just talk crazy. Oh my God. That's another time though. But just be careful with how you are engaging with content and media, because folks be on trash. It's all agenda based. We live in a capitalistic society. The whole point is to make more money, right? So I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys for kicking it with me on my lunch break. Do remember, join my Patreon community. It is only $5 a month. Plenty of things going on there. If you are an artist or if you're working on something, starting next week, I'm going to be doing something called What Are You Working On? Where I'm going to listen to or engage with whatever you're creating, and I'm going to give you feedback. Music is coming. I'll be DJing this Sunday. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. I'll be DJing this Sunday. I might even DJ. No, not Saturday night. Never mind. No, not Saturday night. My bad. I'll be DJing on Sunday evening, I think. Lots of things in the pipeline. I was sick for the last two. I was sick the week before last, and then I was out of town the week before then. Getting back into the swing of things. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is good. I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for your time, and see y'all next time.